attention is the modern day currency and everyone's fighting for it, but a lot of people actually struggle to get their audience's attention, whether that's through YouTube, whether that's through short form content. And what people don't understand is there's actually just principles. It's kind of like, it's basically human psychology. Once you learn the foundations, you'll be able to apply it to short form videos and long form videos, even though there are a few nuances which I'm going to explain in this video. So I'm going to teach you how to hook your audience like a pro, if that's what you want to call it, or to grab your audience's attention like a pro. And if you're wondering why you should even listen to me, I've got millions of views for myself on TikTok and Instagram. YouTube is pending, but then I've also got millions of views for my clients on YouTube, Instagram, and also TikTok. So I know damn well what I'm talking about. And to make everything a lot easier to understand, I'm going to cover everything using my iPad, so I can basically draw and illustrate just so you can understand better. If you're a visual learner like me, you'll appreciate this. So let's talk about the foundations. And the first thing that you need to understand, the driving force behind you or anyone in this entire world watching, clicking on any video, is due to one emotion. And I googled it. It is an emotion. So yeah, let's get into it. The first one is this word right here. If I spell anything wrong, by the way, do not get onto me. I claim dyslexia, but I've never been tested. Maybe I just can't spell for shit. And that word is curiosity. I'm pretty sure that's right. I've written this so many times. And that word's curiosity, right? The driving force between you or anyone clicking on a video is how curious they are to finding out what's actually being said in the video. And this applies to literally every single video. Like, it even goes to movies, right? Movies, that's why you have trailers, because you're thinking, oh my gosh, what happened? That's why like podcast episodes that are hella long have trailers. That's why like the videos you click on YouTube drive so much curiosity. You think, what? How? Why? I don't get it. You click because you need to find out. And the thing that stops a lot of people from really like kicking the curiosity into their viewers or their potential audience is that there's just not enough curiosity, because there's not enough curiosity because the viewer can kind of almost guess what you're about to tell them. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I mean, even if the viewer can't fully guess, they'll click on the video, and if they can guess within the first 30 seconds, you're going to be fucked. They're just going to click off. And there was basically them clicking on the video probably hurt your video more than it actually did it justice. Now, if you're thinking, what the fuck is curiosity? It's basically... Ooh. Oh, it's off screen. My bad. It's the desire to learn or know something. Now, let's put it this way. If you don't, it's like gossip. It's like when something happens with a celebrity and we don't know anything, we are just hella curious to find out. You know what I'm trying to say? We need to know what happened. So that's pretty much the baseline, but that's not it. If you really want to drive home like a click or someone watching your video, you compare curiosity with another emotion. Now, you compare it with any emotion you want. You compare it with entertainment, right? Like, I like to watch Nicholas Omilana. I'm sure that's how you say his name. Let's just say Nico. And his videos are amazing. One, it drives curiosity. I'm not sure if they like even think about this. Sometimes it's just natural to people, but their videos drive so much curiosity because, let's say I just seen the latest video drop and it was like, who's pregnant? And I'm guessing it's going to be like 6 pregnant people versus 2 non-pregnant people, which is going to be like him and probably AJ or someone else. And they're going to have to basically play and pretend to be pregnant. And it's basically a game, right? And you're curious to see, oh, who wins? Do they actually get to the final and trick the pregnant ladies and make them think that they're pregnant too? Do they fail? Like, what happens? And that curiosity in that video is paired with what emotion you want to call that, happiness, entertainment, laughter, fun, whatever you want to call that emotion, right? It's gonna make people happy. It's gonna make people laugh. Like it's fun for people. So that video, Nico, most of Nico's videos, I don't know what you'd call the emotion. Yeah, I'd call it curiosity paired with fun, laughter, or happiness, right? And that's entertainment videos. If you're an educator, maybe, if no, not even maybe, if you're an educator, you want to pair curiosity, you want to pair it with either the strongest emotions, fear, pain, or desire. Now, pairing it, like as an educator, pairing it with fear, pain, or desire, fear, pain being the strongest, by the way, because like I've got a wisdom tooth pain, right? And my fear is getting it taken out. If there was a way that I like didn't have to get it taken out, I would definitely do it. I don't have a desire to get it taken out. I fear the pain. Like I do not want to feel the pain of having it taken out. I'd rather do something to prevent it being taken out and prevent me feeling the pain. Like humans are naturally more fearful and more proactive when it comes to preventing something than actually possibly taking action to achieve something. So if you're an educator, this is the formula you want to use. Apologies if it's ever off screen, I'll adjust it. But curiosity plus fear, pain, or desire. And I'll be giving some examples later on in the video, so make sure you stick around for that. So that's the foundations, right? That's the foundations. But it's crazy because it doesn't even stop there. So I could talk about the negative bias. As I said, humans are naturally drawn to preventing humans are naturally drawn to preventing fear or pain. But also, you should know we're always drawn to negativity. Like, if I was to ask you what's something good that happened last week, you'd probably take a second to really think and be like, oh yeah, this happened. Unless it's something absolutely out the ordinary. But if I was to say what went wrong last week, you'd be like, damn man, my alarm didn't go off and I was late for work and I got a disciplinary meeting or some shit. Or you'd be like, man, one of my car tires just went flat. Oh man, you know, I ran out of space on this and, you know, this crashed and I lost this data. Oh man, you know, this deal fell through and I didn't make the money that I wanted to last week. Oh man, I tripped down the stairs and it like hurt my hand. Oh man, I went to the coffee shop and they made me a bad coffee. Oh man, I was literally about to leave my house in my white Air Forces and then like a car drove over a puddle and now my Air Forces are dirty. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We're just drawn to negativity. Whereas what's the chances of you being like, oh man, 2 weeks ago they made me a nice coffee? You'd be like, 2 weeks ago they made me a shit coffee. Like, we always remember the negative things. And this is what we always, well, not always, but you can take advantage of this in your content. And as I said, I'll be giving examples later. But it's also easier to use negative bias when you're talking about fear or pain. To be fair, it's easy to use it for all of them, which I'll give examples later in the video as well. But that's something that you really want to play into. And I played into this for a couple of my short form videos. And I've got like one video ended up with 1.9 million views. I'm not sure if I played into negativity on the other one, but that also got like 700k, something like that. That's the last time I checked. It might be on 800. I don't know if it stopped what's actually really going on with that video right now. But yeah, that's that. But then also when they actually let's say, click on your video for YouTube, or on short form videos when they're actually just watching the video, you want to hook them with two aspects, right? When we're watching a video is made up of visuals and audio. You want to take advantage of this, and the best way to do that is by using, you could call it the two type hook or the 3 type hook, whichever one. I focus on the 2 before I focus on the 3. Sometimes I don't even do the third one, but yeah. So you want to do a visual, verbal, and audible hook. Now you see let's just break down each one. I was going to start with audible, but why would I do that? It's last. So if we're going to talk about visual, it's basically what the viewer sees, right? If you started this video and you emphasize, I don't know, maybe I've put on the screen a bunch of my videos that had 1 million views, or I put a bunch of views on the screen, that's a visual hook. That's me relating it back to the topic of the video, and it's something that you'd want to see. So I don't even know what you call that. A desired let's call it a desired visual outcome, right? That's the visual hook. Then you got the verbal hook. It's basically what you say to hook the viewer. It's what you say to make them want to pay attention to the video, to understand what's going on, what's going to be said, and basically let them know what they're going to learn from this video if you're an educator, or if you're in entertainment, what they're going to get from this video, or how the video is going to work, so they understand the rules of the game that you're playing, or understand the video that they're going to watch, basically. You can call it plan, prepare, hook, whichever one. Now we got the audible. This could just be music, and you could say that like me speaking is also audible, but yeah, I've just separated it, which is why I called it like the 2-3 like ways to hook. You got music, you got sound effects, and you don't want to overdo it. I don't really honestly, I don't really bother with sound effects all too much. It also depends on what kind of videos you're making, right? If you're in entertainment, sound effects can draw the viewer in for sure. If you're in education, it also can. But if there's no reason to have sound effects, you can't really use sound effects. And I wouldn't force using sound effects, because what's the fucking point of that? But music is basically one that can be on any video. Entertainment, education, it can be on any video, and that can really help draw the viewer in, or really settle them down. So that's everything so far for the foundations. And another part of the foundations, which I thought there was an image to this, but I actually saw this on April Lynn. I'll put her on the screen. But she's a YouTuber, and she recently made a video, and it was titled like 80 years of YouTube knowledge in like 2 hours and something minutes. And while I was watching the video, I actually grabbed something very useful from there. It was like a list of scroll stoppers. Now, I've put this in the foundations of grabbing attention, because even though they were talking about YouTube, scroll stoppers applies to short form content as well. The only difference is the scroll stopper for YouTube is the thumbnail and title, right? The scroll stopper for short form videos is literally the first 3 seconds of your video. It's literally the same thing, just applied differently. So I just want to quickly go through the scroll stoppers so you understand how you can help yourself, and how you can stop people from scrolling on short form videos or YouTube. Because when you open YouTube, there's a bunch of fucking videos on your home screen. Even when you click on a video, there's a bunch of videos on the tab. Short form videos, it's literally a never ending feed of short form videos. So Scroll. Scroll stoppers. I think that's such a hard name as well. Pause. The scroll stoppers, I've got them down here. So the first one, the first one is faces. Let's add some color in this. The first one is faces, and this one everyone should kind of know, right? Like, YouTubers always say it, when there's a face in a thumbnail, people are most likely to click on it, more likely to click on it. When there's a face in a short form video, people are more likely to watch it. But it doesn't stop there. So if like, you're like, how does faceless content work if, you know, there's no face? I'm not saying these is like, you need all of these. You can use a few. You don't have to use faces. You can use one of the other ones. And there's like, I think there's like 7. There's yeah. Oh my gosh, my spelling is mad. Nah, I'm actually looking how to spell it. Familiarity. So there's familiarity. This is stuff like, I could make a video on Manchester United. It's got such a huge fan base. Shout out Manchester United, even though we're not performing that well. It's got such a huge fan base. It's such a recognizable brand that it's familiar to a lot of people. Even if you don't support them, even if you don't watch football, you'll know what the Manchester United logo looks like, and you'll know who Manchester United are. You know what sport it is. Like, you'll know all these things, and it's familiar. So it'll make you stop just to maybe listen to what they're gonna say, read the title that they've put on the YouTube. And obviously that can be applied to anything, like even anime. I could use Light Yagami's face, and you'll know that, you know, that's Death Note if you're into anime. Or I could use L, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is Death Note. I need to watch this video or see what they're talking about. Especially if it's recent to you, you'll think, oh my, I've just watched that yesterday. Of course I know who that is. Familiarity, money. I feel like that's all. You might be thinking that's almost common sense, right? Because everyone needs money, so everyone's always thinking about money, meaning if they see money, either visually or they hear it verbally, they're going to stop and listen ever so slightly, because they'll be like, oh, I could save, or I could make, or whatever it is. So there's money, there's large numbers. Now, by large numbers, this could also be money, but it could also be something like years. Like, let's say you're 60 years old and you're making a video. That's, no offense, that's a large number, man. Like 60 years of living. You could be like, hey, 60 years, life advice, people are going to listen to you. It's a large flipping number. Or you could be like, I did 1,000 push-ups. That's a large number for push-ups, because typically on average, I'm sure, I don't know what the average person, I don't know the amount of push-ups the average person can do, but damn, I know for a fact it's probably not even 20. Like, I don't even think it's 20. It might be something like 10. If you know the answer, put that down below in it. I don't think it's 10. So 1,000 is mad, and obviously it's all relative. Large numbers, there's bright colors. That's self-explanatory. Bright colors. Oh, danger. There's danger. Movement. Emotion. That's Jesus. You know what? I don't care if I spell it right now. And aesthetically pleasing. And you're probably gonna think to yourself, oh yeah, there's a few videos that I've come across recently and I stopped and watched, and they fell into one of these categories, right? They probably had a nice aesthetic. I know when there's the fashion niggas putting on these like clothes, a lot of the time they've got an aesthetic room. I know if someone's like crying on TikTok, more time we're probably going to listen to see what they're crying about. Like, that's hella emotional. Movement is danger or movement. Sorry, this is also in one. So another one is like, what was the hurricane called? Hurricane Milton in Florida. Like, that was danger. There was massive, you can call it movement, I guess, but it was massive danger. People stopped and watched videos. And I know Ryan McGinn, I think he accumulated like 21 million views while documenting the process of him surviving the hurricane. So yeah, crazy, amazing scroll stopper. Bright colors, self-explanatory. Like, the brighter your colors are, people are more likely to watch. I don't think it's the biggest deal. Like, I've seen people in just like a dark ass background room with just a plain ass black shirt. Like, there's not much color to it, but bright colors can definitely help. I know people with some nice like looking videos, great colors in the background, all of that stuff. So that's the scroll stoppers, and that's literally everything for the foundations. I'm not gonna hold you to it. Obviously you can rewatch the video to go through it, but now we're gonna go through pretty much the separate. So that's pretty much everything for the foundations. Now we're just gonna go through short form examples and long form examples. Let's start with short form. Short form examples. Yeah, let's start with short form examples. I'm sure I've got some down here as well. So we've got squats. This is for like the fitness guys. Squats are the worst Squats are the worst exercise So this is the hook for, let's say, a short form fitness content creator, educator. Squats are the worst exercise to grow your quads. It plays into the negativity, which we spoke about. It also adds the curiosity, because you're now thinking, okay, I thought squats were the best. They're the worst? What's better? Or you're probably thinking, how could it be the worst? So you might have to do a little explanation and then give them 2, 3, or even a different exercise they can use instead of squats. Like, I'm guessing like barbell free weight squats or whatever, to replace that exercise with something else, right? And obviously following on from the hook, you could be like, here are 2 better exercises. Or you can explain why squats are bad and then give them 2 better exercises. Another example is, I wrote this one for business. Here's, oops. Eesh. Here's a 5-step framework to make your first 100K online in 180 days. Curiosity. What is the framework? If you even want to take it a step further, you can give the framework a name. Follow the ASOS-L framework that will make your first 100K online in 180 days. A framework that they basically haven't heard of, or you can just call it a 5-step framework. And they're probably thinking, okay, let me listen. And if they truly haven't heard of it, they'll probably finish the video. If they have heard of it, they'll be like, I've heard of this, bro, and skip on. It's a 5-step framework. 100K, there's a clear target, there's a desire there. Paired the curiosity with the desire. Even added a constraint, like there's 100 in 180 days. You might be thinking 100K, that might take me a few years to make. Like I only make like 20, 30, 40, 50K a year. That might take me 2-3 years to make, bro. This pen is so thick sometimes, bro. Pause. Like so thick. Like I have to lightly tap. So the next one is how do you get 5-figure brand deals? Now, this is a question. There should be a question mark at the end. And you can simply ask a question to drive curiosity. I mean, that's the desire to learn or know something is basically based off questions. So asking a question will literally drive home curiosity. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, even though you might think it is the best. But sometimes people get asked a question and they just shut off. Like, why? Like, you're asking me questions, bro. I don't really want to think right now. And also there's a desire there. 5-figure brand deals. If you're a creator and you're like, man, I just keep getting these low offers on brand deals, I just want a 5-figure brand deal. This might be a video that you're interested in. How do you get 5-figure brand deals? And let's do this last one because, as I said, I love Manchester United. This is the truth about Manchester United. You're going to be like, what's the truth? What is it? Once again, Manchester United. If you really think about the scroll stoppers, it's familiar. I could add the logo in the video. The name Manchester United is just familiar in the first place. And there's emotion there. You know, people, like, I ain't gonna lie, I get emotional. I'm not emotional about football like I'm gonna cry, but there's emotion there. Like I want my team to win. I want my team to do the best. I want to see my team lift trophies. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's the examples for short form. And for long form, you'll notice that a lot of the time, it's not even that different from short form. Like if you look at some of these short form like hooks that I've just given you, you could make the Manchester United one a title. You will just have to reword it and probably just put the truth about Manchester United, full stop, instead of this is the truth. The reason I said this is the truth because short form videos, there's no title. You're literally just saying, whereas your title shouldn't be like a sentence you would say. It's literally a title. It's used to hook. Like headlines use it, like news articles use it, I should say. I'm also going to give you a website you can check out to see if your titles are actually good, depending on how much emotion you put in the title, the power words that you use in your title as well. Like it really gets deep when it comes to grabbing attention. But for long form, I'm literally going to put up a graph. There's no way for me to, I'm literally just going to put up a graph, not even a graph. It's going to be basically ways you can spin your idea into different titles. And with this graph, I can see it. You guys should be able to see it now. Let's take the idea of let's get the idea of Manchester United. After this video, everyone's going to support Manchester United. Everybody. So we've got Manchester United. How can I spin Manchester United into different titles? Now, let's go with reveal a secret. The secret about Manchester United. The secret about Manchester United. The secret about Manchester United's dressing room. You know, there's always rumors about the Manchester United dressing room being like a toxic place. There's players in there leaking information. There's this and that. There's this and that. And if there was a video dropped about the secret about Manchester United's dressing room, detailing what's actually going on in the dressing room between managers, players, the media, then that's a highly like interesting topic. Once again, there's familiarity there. Once again, there's a scroll stopper, and once again, it drives curiosity home, with the emotion of I guess it's just a really high curiosity driven video. I wouldn't say there's a pain or desire, as in to learn something. That's funny because that's literally the definition of curiosity. What am I talking about? There's literally not like a pain, fear, or desire. There's literally just hella curiosity to know what's going on in the Manchester United dressing room. And again, we can spin Manchester United into contrast. I love contrast. Contrast is amazing because quickly, if I go off topic, contrast could be like $1 versus $1 million. And Mr. Beast rinsed these videos. And I know people do this on like tech as well, like $1 microphone versus $100 microphone. How does it sound? What's the difference? Now, for contrast, for Manchester United, it could be oh my gosh. Manchester United team 2008 versus 2024. Now there's a contrast there. You could put, what's it, 98? I wasn't born then, so I don't really know too much. But let's say 2008. That team was dramatically better than the team that we have now, and we were winning shit. So you could say, whoa, we're versing them. Okay, the contrast. Let's see like player for player, if like these players are actually better or not. How far are we off becoming great again? Like there's a lot of questions that will go through a Manchester United like fan's mind, or even just a football fan's mind. Like that's a great video. I mean, shit, you could even steal it. Yeah, this is literally all it boils down to grab your audience's attention. And the website is Monster Insights. If you just go on Google and type in headline analyzer, it should be one of the top 5 searches, and you can basically put in your YouTube title or article title, and it will tell you if the title's too long, if you need to use more power words, or you need to use more emotional words, and that will basically help you make a good title. I haven't used it for short form videos. I've used it a few times for long form videos like YouTube, but it would help you basically decide if your title is actually driving home the point of curiosity, driving home the point of just standing out, being bold with the use of power words like never, with the power words of never, don't, won't, you know, just those strong words that tell people to kind of stop, listen. And also, if you're a creator, coach, consultant that wants to build and grow their personal brand and also attract higher quality leads for their business, there's a link in the description that's going to help you do that. And I did that for multiple of my clients, like Black Bezos going from 13 to 500,000 followers on Instagram, Nero Knowledge going from absolutely zero to nearly at 200,000, but the massive growth came from 5,000 to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube within 5 weeks. So yeah, check the link in the description if you want more details.